Election Commission of India ha kala sngiu blai kala penbenai ki tarik man penlong election ha santali ki jilla kata ka Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Telengana bat Mizoram. Ka jingta vote ban jet ikinong thau ain ka jilla Madhya Pradesh kan long ha ka khat nyau tarik unai weng arajar arpulai ha Rajasthan kan long ha ka arpulai tarik unai weng arajar arpulai bat ha Telengana kan long ha ka lai po tarik unai weng arajar arpulai ha Mizoram ke election kan long ha ka nyau tarik unai weng arajar arpulai hanrei ha Chhattisgarh ke election commission kelapan bena ba ke election kan long ha ki arbenta kata ka nyau tarik unai weng arajar arpulai mat ha ka khat nyau tarik unai weng arajar arpulai ya ka result jong ke jingta vote ha ki dei ki sandali ki jela an pan bena ha ka juk kasngi kata ha ka lai tarik uno pra arajar arpulai la antar bah ki dei ki sandali ki jela ki nong ta vote ki don hadu khat riu point iwei klur ngot mat ya kini ki election la khen ba ki longkum ka semi final haswa ba ki paj ba kin jet ya ki MP ka Lok Sabha House number 1 ka Madhya Pradesh ka don arspa lai potali ki constituency ka Chhattisgarh ka don khandai potali ki constituency ka Rajasthan ka don arspa tali ka Telengana ka don shispa kat khandai tali bat ka Mizoram ka don sau potali ki constituency.
Friends, as you are aware, we have gathered here today to declare the schedule for the elections to the legislative assemblies of Mizoram, Chhattisgarh, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh and Telangana. And we have gathered here today after a significant hiatus of 6 months. We met last. And as we stand on the cusp of elections in these states, it is worth noting that these polls hold a unique significance, not only for the residents of these states, but also for the nation. We will now, after this, meet in this form for the 24 elections. In the span of 40 days, the Commission has visited 5 states, all the 5 states, and held very detailed discussions with the political parties there, with the enforcement agencies of the central government and the state government. For example, all across the spectrum, to just tell you, income tax, excise, DRI, narcotics, coastal guards, state police, banks, RBI, civil aviation, everyone, whosoever is involved in some form of enforcement for the elections, RPF, Railway Protection Force, GRP, so everyone. So what transpired, what did they tell us and what did we told them, all that I will brief you. We met the political parties representatives और उनके भी जितने सुझाव, जितने फीडबैक थे वो हम सब लोगों ने लिए. उसके बारे में भी मैं थोड़ा आपको बताऊंगा. I'll use this opportunity to brief you about what had happened during these last 6 months when we have started the preparation for the elections. मुझे मालूम है कि आप लोग शेड्यूल जानने के लिए इच्छुक हैं ज़्यादा, लेकिन इस अपॉर्चुनिटी को हम यूज़ करेंगे आपको ये बताने के लिए कि कितनी मेहनत इन चुनावों को कराने के लिए होती है. So friends, just to give you an overview, the Mizoram Assembly's term is on 17th December 23. Then all of the others in the latest by 16th of January 24. And there are total assembly constituencies, number is 679 if you total up assembly constituencies of Mizoram, Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan and Telangana. तो जो ये 679 असेंबली कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज हैं वो पूरी कंट्री की 4200 लगभग लेजिस्लेटिव असेंबली कॉन्स्टिट्यूंसीज का 1/6 है. और इसी प्रकार से जो इनके इलेक्टर्स हैं जो 16.14 करोड़ हैं कंबाइंडली, वो भी लगभग 95 करोड़ वोटर्स के 1/6 हैं. सो द एंटायर कंट्री by that standard would be going to polls in almost in the 1/6 of the country's spread of the voters and the assembly constituencies. The general overview, if we were to give you, the Mizoram has 8.52 lakh voters, Chhattisgarh 2.03, Madhya Pradesh 5.6, Rajasthan 5.2, Telengana 3.17, and total voters in these states would be totaling to 8.2 crore male and 7.8 crore female voters. Very interesting fact is that first time voters in these states would be 60.2 lakhs. I would elaborate on this point little later when I come to that. But this emphasis during the special summary revision in these states has been such that we have concentrated on the enrollment of the young voters, PWD voters, 80 plus voters, centenarian voters, and also the improving the election gender ratio for these states. अगर आप देखेंगे तो जो PWD हैं उसके टोटल वोटर्स की संख्या 17.34 lakhs है, which is who are also entitled to vote from the comfort of their home if they are not able to come to the polling station. Similarly, 80 plus 24.7 and centenarian voters 32,410. All these three categories को पहली बार असेंबली इलेक्शंस में अपने घर से वोट की सुविधा प्राप्त होगी. और फ्रेंड्स, द लास्ट कॉलम अगर आप देखेंगे इलेक्टर जेंडर रेशियो, तो दो स्टेट में ये जेंडर रेशियो ज़्यादा फेवरेबल है विमेन का. इट इज़ 1063 एंड 1012, विच इज़ अ वेरी हैप्पी स्टेट. इन अदर स्टेट्स ऑल्सो इट हैज़ इम्प्रूव्ड because of the special efforts undertaking during the SSR. और इस SSR की वजह से इन सब में भी ये electoral ratio काफ़ी बड़ा है. तेलंगाना is also very high, 9998, and so there is improvement even in the Rajasthan. Now, if you look at the inclusive electoral roll, we are emphasizing a lot. Let me repeat. जो electoral roll है वो पूरी तरीके से pure हो, वो पूरी तरीके से हेल्दी हो, इसके ऊपर में बहुत एम्फेसिस है. और ये भी मैं आपको अभी बताऊंगा कि जो एसएसआर पूरी कंट्री का है वो भी शुरू होने वाला है. सो जस्ट टू से दैट वुमेन वोटर्स, यंग वोटर्स, पर्टिकुलरली वल्नरेबल ट्राइबल ग्रुप्स, पर्सन्स विद डिसेबिलिटीज, सीनियर सिटीजन्स, ट्रांसजेंडर्स, सबके ऊपर में इस एसएसआर में जो इन 5 स्टेट्स में हुआ विशेष अभियान चलाया गया, ताकि पूरा का पूरा जो इलेक्टरल रूल है उसमें पहले सबको शामिल करें और फिर सबको हम वोटर पोलिंग स्टेशन पे लेके आएँ. सो दिस इज़ द एफर्ट. हाउ डू वी फर्स्ट एंटर देम इनटू द रोल एंड देन ब्रिंग देम टू द पोल. सो फ्रॉम रोल टू पोल इज द emphasis by which we are all working. So now, friends, very interesting and a special effort which the commission is undertaking. ये जो particularly vulnerable tribal groups हैं पूरी कंट्री में 75 ऐसी कम्युनिटीज़ हैं, और कमीशन ने ये बीड़ा उठाया है कि हम इनको सबको जो लास्ट पंक्ति में हैं, दे आर ऑलमोस्ट द लोएस्ट in the human development indices in the entire country, in the amongst the voters. So we will enroll them fully. And as a happy reporting to you, in these 4 states we have 12 PVTGs and they have been enrolled 100%. तो ये हमें बड़ी खुशी का विषय है कि 100% एनरोल हुई हैं, और हम आपको ये भी दिखाएंगे कि इनको किस प्रकार से हम पोलिंग स्टेशंस में लाने की कोशिश करेंगे. अगर यूथ की बात करें तो 60 लाख जो यूथ हैं वो ऐसे हैं जो फर्स्ट टाइम वोटर्स होंगे, 18 to 19 years in these 5 states. And as you are all aware, there was an amendment for qualifying dates to be changed to 4 dates instead of the 1st January of the every year. So उसकी वजह से 15.39 lakh voters as such who are completing their 18th year after the 1st January 2023. And because of this amendment, 15.3 lakh voters would be able to exercise their franchise in this election. This is the positive effect and case that these 2,900 plus polling stations would be managed by our youngest employees. Similarly, the directions again, At the polling stations, wherever necessary, we will keep the female staff to check impersonation. We will keep polling parties to move only in the official vehicles, ताकि जैसे पिछले चुनाव में एक आध जगह एक प्राइवेट व्हीकल में बैठ गए थे, उस तरह की घटना ना हो। ये भी कहा गया है स्पेसिफिकली कि वोटर इन्फॉर्मेशन स्लिप्स को चुनाव से कम ऐसा नहीं कि पहले दिन या दूसरे दिन में ही दें, एक आध हफ्ता पहले कम से कम जरूर बांट दें, so that people can know which booth, which place. Though we request them to check that much in advance on the voter helpline app. नया एक और चेंज इस बार किया गया है because of the experience which we had in certain states. जो पोलिंग पर्सनल हैं उनको पोस्टल बैलेट मिलता था, और पोस्टल बैलेट मिलने के बाद वो उसको घर ले जा सकते थे और कभी भी बाई पोस्ट भेज सकते थे till the date of counting. That's the standard practice for the postal ballot. It has been changed now. ये इसलिए कि बहुत सारे पोलिंग पर्सनल्स कुछ स्टेट में कंबाइन होके पोस्ट पोल अपनी कोई न्यूसेंस वैल्यू क्रिएट करते हैं, बिकॉज मार्जिन्स बहुत कम होते हैं, तो अगर 100, 200, 400 लोग भी मिल जाएं तो वो इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकते हैं. सो दिस कुड बी ए पोस्ट पोल opportunity for some to influence the voters or influence the results. Therefore, all of them now onwards in all the elections will vote only at the facilitation center when they come for training. This is before, so this will be physically collected, and the postal ballot facility is available in the same sense, but at the facilitation center. Next. Now, coming to friends, after mentioning that we are focusing far more on the inducement-free elections, because money power is one thing which we want to restrict, we now will come to the schedule which you are awaiting, state by state. And now to start with from the Mizoram, the date of poll will be 7th November, and date of counting would be 3rd, which is common, of course, for all these states. And elections in all these states would be completed by 5th of December. So date of poll is 7th November. Similarly, in case of Chhattisgarh, the elections would be in 2 phases. The date of poll would be 7th November and 17th November. The nominations after Mizoram for the first phase of the Chhattisgarh would happen on 20th, the 13th, and the last date would be 20th. Date of poll being 7th November, and for phase 2, 17th November. In Madhya Pradesh, this coincides with the second phase of Chhattisgarh, and date of poll would be 7th November. So, first Mizoram and the first phase of Chhattisgarh, then second phase of Chhattisgarh, and one phase in Madhya Pradesh. Thereafter, Rajasthan, where the date of poll will be 23rd November in one phase entirely in Rajasthan. The date of issue of Gazette notification would be 30th October, and date of counting for everyone being 3rd of December. Telengana would go last to the poll, and date of poll is 30th November, with the date of issue of Gazette notification being 3rd of November. And the entire election process would be complete by 5th of December. So this is what is the schedule. And again, I request all of you, through all of you, to all the voters to please come and exercise in the festival of democracy in a true sense. Thank you very much.